Okay, folks. Everything you need to know about the latest patch drop is brought to you. I'm not going to bore you with the details. We're just going to reiterate here exactly what Potato Quality has, and you can take it from there. Abso-friggin-lutely. So let us know what you think, guys. Questions, comments, throw in chat.
Update 11.3 for World of Warships is a very interesting update, actually. It is headlined by Italian Destroyers Part 2, early access. To me, my opinion, not really released, and probably shouldn't be the focus of a lot of these updates, but Wargaming continues to want to focus on this early access cash grab. But for me, the most interesting part of this update is super ships in the tech tree. Here we go. Tier 11 has fully entered World of Warships, and that brings with it a lot of problems going forward into the future. Concerns about some power creep, some pretty insane modern ships that might appear in the game, homing missiles, crazy stuff that could be coming that would kind of take away from the primary experience that World of Warships has, in my opinion at least, the surface to surface ship combat. We're already seeing this with the carriers, of course. The rework was just atrocious. And of course, this current submarine iteration, it's just ridiculous. So I'm concerned about some of the potential tier 11, tier 12 ships, tier 13 ships that we could see in the future. Fortunately, though, this does mean that beginner new players won't have access to the super ships anymore. So the super ships you see on your team might actually be pretty good at the game and able to at least play their role reasonably well. This is because you have to have purchased at least 3 tier 10 ships before you can even get one of the super ships. The other criteria that is placed on these super ships is that you have to have ground up the corresponding tier 10 tech tree line. So hopefully the people who are in some of these ships will know how to play them since they play somewhat similarly to the tier 10 counterparts. The Annapolis, for example, playing like a hybrid between the Buffalo and the Des Moines. Hopefully the people playing them should have a good idea on how they work now. The balancing factor Wargaming is going with here is the economy. So they're going to be very expensive to repair, twice the repair cost, in fact, of tier 10 ships. And in my opinion, here is the most important part of this update 11.3. Permanent camouflages for super ships are purchased separately from the ships, just like other researchable ships from the tech tree, and the permanent camouflages of super ships do not reduce their service costs or increase credit earnings. They will provide a larger XP bonus of 150%, but the crucial part here about these permanent camouflages that was so valuable, at least at tier 10, was you bought into this permanent camouflage and you could actually afford to make credits at tier 10 with those camouflages on a reasonably good game since they reduced the repair cost of the ship and also boosted credit income. So don't go buying the super ship permanent camouflage thinking that's going to get around this economy balance tactic, I guess. That's not going to happen, so probably don't spend the 5,000 doubloons. I don't think it's worth it on these super ships. The other major addition to this update is the dockyard. Atlantico is available now to start its building process. The minimum amount of doubloons required to get the Atlantico is 3,900, a little bit less than the Marlboro, which was, of course, a tier 9. This is a tier 8. So that makes a little bit of sense. But keep in mind, this is early access only, so after you've completed 3 shipbuilding phases, these starter packs will no longer be available. So if you want to get the cheapest amount for the Atlantico, just buy the 3 shipbuilding phases up front. But keep in mind, you do have to finish out the grind throughout the entire couple of months that this dockyard event is on. So make sure you're around to play the game in those 2 months. Otherwise, it's just a waste of doubloons. And by the looks of things, some of these missions do seem like they could take a while. If we look at the final section of the dockyard, which is usually going to be the hardest one to complete, you'll notice that some of these missions require you to get 42,000 base XP in destroyers, cruisers, battleships, or carriers. And often you'll need to do at least one or two of these to complete this final reward here and get that last shipbuilding phase. So make sure you're around for probably significant periods of time, at least into the later parts of the last month that this dockyard is available. As for the Atlantico itself, it appears to be another secondary battleship, this time with some massive caliber secondaries, 234 millimeters even. And in fact, they actually have improved dispersion. So the large caliber secondaries have similar dispersion to the American premium secondaries, as well as the recently released German battlecruiser line. So pretty good accuracy out of those. And alongside that, they actually have pretty good range as well. So a secondary build could certainly work out here. We'll have to see once I end up playing it, but it could work. If you're looking for an extra free day of premium time, you'll find it here in this Atlantico section. There's a new Italian destroyers collection available. The reward is the Tier 6 Leone, and if you already have it, you will be reimbursed with doubloons. But these collections really are an RNG box collection. It's ridiculous. They oftentimes will give you the full collection on average if you're playing the game a lot and you collect all of these combat missions, free bundles. All of these will probably get you this collection, but it's not guaranteed. We see here that the exchange rate for duplicates is 4-1, which is not the steepest they've ever done, but it's not the easiest either. And they even say here, after opening 36 containers, there's a high chance that you will have completed the entire collection. So it's not even guaranteed. And at that point, you would have to wait for these containers to be available for coal in the armory. This is often how they do it. Usually, those containers are only available like a year later, maybe 6 months at the earliest. So keep that in mind. This really is just down to random chance. Italian destroyers are, of course, still in early access. Really don't have much extra to say here. In this update, they're also adding rewards for playing in a division. There are going to be various rewards gained from these stars. They don't really talk about it too specifically yet, but if you're playing in a division, there might be some nice bonuses for you. Keep in mind, this is also specific to clanmates, and you're going to get more stars by playing with a lot of different clanmates. They're also bringing back some more brawls, which is always very exciting and often quite fun. So the first round is going to be 9v9 in tier 10 ships, and it's going to include an aircraft carrier, 2 battleships, 4 DDs, 6 cruisers. That's the limitations. You'll have to develop a team within that. The second round is also going to be 9v9 at tier 10, but this time, carrier's not allowed. So that's going to be the one to play. If you have the choice and you don't have unlimited time, try and play the one that is in the second round. That way you don't have to deal with carriers. Unfortunately, it is 9v9, so less of a brawl, and it'll likely result in a lot more sniping. It's the unfortunate reality of a lot of tier 10, very powerful, long-range, capable ships. But there is always some potential for fun in these brawls, so give it a shot if you've got some time with some buddies. There's also some nice visual effects improvements here. I do like to see this as constantly updating the game to make it, well, approach a modern looking experience is always nice. Personally, I do believe that there needs to be a massive overhaul to the lighting and shadow detail to this game. It looks a little bit flat. There's only so much they can do with the model detail and some of the little sprinklings here and there that they put on these models, like the snow, as you can see. At the end of the day, eventually, I do believe this whole global illumination and lighting system will need to change to bring it up to a more modern 2022 standard. But for now, I do really like these updated maps. So we're getting updated Tears of the Deserts, Trap, Warrior's Path, as well as Solomon Islands, which all of them are probably going to look much better now. They've also added the camos to aircraft carrier planes and done some visual improvements for submarines. And for another last few changes here, there's a new camo available for the Ragnar for 3 clan tokens. It looks pretty cool. as well as a few other camouflages for other ships that have been in the game for a little while. And the most interesting thing to me here is the game balance changes. And here we have the Petro being lifted out of the water by half a meter. Now, let me see if I can notice the difference. I don't really notice the difference. It still sits very low. The ship also still has an incredibly small superstructure. It also has cruiser fire duration, unlike the Stalingrad, which has a very long battle cruiser battleship level fire duration of 60 seconds, I believe. Might be 45. I'm not sure, but it's not the 30 seconds that a lot of the cruisers get. The other problem I see with Petro, of course, is the concealment. Having a 12.1, 12.2, I believe, kilometer concealment. I haven't looked for a little while, so forgive me if I'm a little bit wrong there. But the point is, it's a very close concealment to radar range. So it's very, very, very difficult for a destroyer to spot and keep a Petro lit up for his teammates to shoot at while staying outside of that radar duration. This is one of the tankiest parts of the Petro. One of the reasons it's so difficult to take out, there's a very fine margin for error there for that destroyer player. And on top of that, it is a very well armored ship that is also having that really small superstructure, like I mentioned. It's a tough ship to take out, and I really don't think this half a meter change is going to do much to the Petro. And honestly, these two pictures were taken at very different camera angles, so it's really hard to notice the difference here. But to me, this was not the major issue with Petro. It always was a little bit funny that it was so low in the water. It's like, well, that would never work on the ocean, but it's an arcade video game, so I don't really care. For me personally, it's more about the mechanics of the ship, like its concealment, its radar, its fire duration, its armor. Those are the things to me that make the ship very hard to kill. And at the same time, having some pretty powerful guns, and for whatever reason, having a 360-degree turret setup. It's an interesting decision to say the least. So I hope for a few more balance changes to nerf the Petro. Tashkent also got one of these changes, which will submerge it a little bit since it did sit so high out of the water. Love to see a change like this for the gearing, to be honest. That ship is a bit of a brick, and it sits incredibly high out of the water when you compare it to some of the other ships that are a little bit similar to it. Like, for example, the Yu Yang, which sits much, much lower in the water and is often a lot tankier as a result. Doesn't take as much damage and often will live a little longer. And there's a few other changes and improvements, but relatively minor ones. So that is update 11.3. I'm looking forward to trying these super ships. You'll see I've already purchased and fitted out both of the battleships. We'll see how they actually function now that they are fully released to everyone as tier 11. And hopefully
Okay, next we're going to have Lord C. Mountbatten with the dockyard ship, the Atlantico. So Lord C. Mountbatten next with the dock ship, the Atlantico. Enjoy questions, comments, throw in chat. Thanks.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we have the brand new Tier 8 Premium Pan-American battleship, the Atlantico, in port to review for you guys today. This is, of course, the current dockyard ship. She is a super de-duper dreadnought. And, well, we'll see how she performs in battle, but I do have my doubts about her, but hopefully she will surprise me. Before we go much further, though, I must thank the channel's Patreons that made this review possible. I'm not a CC nor affiliated with Wargaming in any way, shape, or form, so I do not get these ships for free to review. I have to fund the reviews via the generous donations from the channel's Patreons or the ad revenue from the channel. If you want to support the channel, the link down below to Patreon is the best place to do that, besides, of course, just watching the streams and videos. And yeah, massive thanks to those guys, especially on this one. Now, this is a fairly cheap dockyard ship. If you do want to whale it, which again I don't recommend you do, because you can get this ship for 5,000 doubloons just by completing the Atlantico combat missions, which, as you guys can see here, it's not really hard. Get 5 set on fire ribbons, win 4 battles. You can do these in co-op. You can do these in super ships tier 5 to 10. So forth and so on. So the missions don't really get hard. I don't believe until the end. 19 destroyed missions, 3 to 40,000 spotting damage. It's a little bit more difficult to the end. 48 million potential damage. Just take the Kremlin out for a couple of days and you'll get that easy peasy. Again, you can do these in co-op, ranked, randoms, tier 5 to 10. So not really hard missions to do to get this ship, but then you do have to buy the last couple of phases for 5,000 doubloons. And if you actually buy the starter bundles, you get a better deal on them, so you can get the ship for as cheap as $130, which, that's a lot for a tier 8 premium ship, but you do get all of these rewards, whether or not you free XP, whether or not you buy your way through it or you grind your way through it. These are the rewards you get. If you do buy your way through it, when you do complete the combat missions, you do get steel as a reward. So if you need some steel, that's one way to certainly do it. Again, a very easy way to get some steel. But anyway, is it even worth it in the first place? Because again, the Atlantico is the main reward. So we're going to take a look at her today. And I apologize if I sound a little funny. I'm under the weather. It's that time of the year. The seasons are changing. Pollen is everywhere. So I'm all clogged up and stuff. Allergies are fun. But anyway, let's take a look at the Atlantico. Starting with her armor. So she's a tier 8, so she has 38, I wish she had 38, 32 millimeters of plating on her bow. On her stern she does as well. And she gets this kind of halfway wraparound stern armor. That's 102 millimeters, 152 right there. And you kind of get one on the front too. 102 there, then 152 there. But it does not wrap all the way around. Her side plating, upper side plating is 152. Then her belt armor is 356 millimeters, 305 millimeters, and then 280 below the waterline. Deck bow is 32. Midships is 51. And then 32 at the stern again. Okay, so she seems pretty well armored for a tier 8. Let's take a look at her citadel. Her citadel is below the waterline. That is very nice. And she does have... Oops, camera. Bit of a turtle back there. Alright. Alright, so it should be a pretty tough ship to citadel. Alright. So armor looks fairly decent for a ship that's meant to be a brawler. And yes, these giant turrets on the side, these are secondary turrets. These are 254mm secondary turrets, which we'll get into in a second. Alright, she has 60,100 hit points, 31% torpedo damage reduction. It's on the lower side. Most of the time these dreadnoughts have usually in the 40s in terms of torpedo damage reduction. Now I was expecting that here, so that's surprising. Alright, her main battery guns. You get 10 15-inch guns that only fire AP. Doesn't know what HE is. And that's concerning because with tier 8 battleships, you can get up tier to tier 10 a lot. And when tier 10 and tier 9 battleships and other tier 8 battleships go bow into you and you only have AP, you can't do much about that. Normally, if you were a 15-inch battleship, you could switch to HE and burn them down like you can do in the Palmer and Bismarck Tirpitz, so forth and so on, but you can't do that here. But who knows? Maybe this AP will really make up for it. So she has a 30-second reload time. The turret's 180 in 30 seconds too. That's actually pretty nice. Maximum dispersion of 246 meters. That's not great. Maximum range 18.6 kilometers. That is a very short range. And then the AP shells do a maximum damage of 10,700 and leave the tubes at 804 meters a second. So that's pretty nice there in terms of velocity. Now for the secondaries, you do get 10 of the 127mm guns. These reload in 6 seconds, have a maximum range of 7.5 kilometers, do a maximum damage of 1,800 with their HE. 5% chance of starting a fire on target. That's a very nice base fire starting chance. 21mm the pin, and they come out the tubes at 792 meters a second. Now the big boys secondaries, you get 8x2, so 16 234mm guns, essentially Goliath guns. They have reload time of 12.5 seconds, maximum range of 7.5 kilometers, maximum damage of 3,850, 21% chance of causing a fire, 59mm of HE pin, and they come out the tubes at 761 meters. So I'm very interested to see how these are going to do in battle. I imagine these are going to like obliterate small cruisers and destroyers. Hopefully they're accurate enough to do that. She does get the airstrike consumable for ASW duties. AA rating of 76, that doesn't really mean too much. And here's my big gripe with her, and the source of one of my biggest doubts about her. 25 knot top speed. That is not very good at all. Slow from tier 8 on up is normally considered to be around 27 knots. So like the North Carolina, the Yamato, so forth and so on. This thing only goes 25 knots. It's supposed to be a brawler too. Like, how are you going to get into a brawling situation if you can only go 25 knots? Who knows? I might be proven wrong, but we'll see. 800-meter turning circle radius and a rudder shift time of 15 seconds. Concealment base is 14.2 kilometers. And we'll see if we can get that down. Alright, for her consumables, all she has is a heal and damage con. You get 4 charges base. The heal regenerates 300 HP per second. It takes 80 seconds to recharge and is active for 28 seconds. I thought it recharged in 28 seconds. I was about to say, that's pretty impressive. I think you get 4 base. And the damage con runs for 20 seconds. That's actually pretty nice. That's the American battleship damage con. So the good thing about that is that the entire 20 seconds that it's running, no fires, no floods, nothing will get started on your ship. So that's actually pretty nice. Alright, if you're wondering too, the camouflage you get for completing the ship, which, by the way, the dockyard animation, as always, art department S tier. It's very nice. Of course, doesn't make forking over all the money worth it if you're going to whale it, but it is a very nice animation to look at. But here is the war paint camo. It's pretty nice. It's nice and subtle. The other ones are normally a little bit too gaudy for my imagination. For my mind. But this one looks pretty nice. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put a commander build and module build on her. I'll meet you guys right back here. Alright, so we're going secondary build, of course, because that's the main focus of the ship. So we went with Auxiliary Armaments Mod 1 to keep those secondary mounts in the fight. Damage Con 1 because fires suck. Secondary Armaments Mod 2 to get the range and reload on the secondaries down. Damage Con 2 because fires still suck. And then Concealment to be slightly sneakier. For the commander build, went with Preventive Maintenance to get the main battery guns in the fight. MLG turrets, or grease the gears, in order to increase the turret traverse speed, because in those close-in situations you need fast turrets. Now, you could, of course, take IFHE here and get the 127s over the threshold, but they have a pretty nice fire starting chance. We're going to try and see if we can get that to work, and if you are top tier in tier 8, they do have enough pin to do what they need to do, but we'll see how that goes. Then long-range battery secondary shells, that way we can get our secondary range out a little bit more. Adrenaline Rush, as always, in order to get that increased reload time as your ship takes damage. Then we took manual secondary battery aiming to get the boost to our secondary accuracy. And then Emergency Repair Expert, we get another charge of Repair Party, which is going to be much needed being a tier 8 in a tier 10 game. And with my last 4 secondary skills, my last 4 commander skills, I would probably pick up Fire Prevention or Concealment. Probably Fire Prevention because the ship's going to be on fire a lot. So now, that gives the turrets a 25-second 180 time, which is crazily good. And the secondaries now have a range of 11.3 kilometers. That's actually a little shorter than I thought it was going to be. And I do have the secondary flag on as well. So that's interesting. And our concealment's now down to 12.8 kilometers. It's actually really good for a ship this large. Okay. That's pleasantly surprising. And with the speed flag, the ship goes 26.3 knots. So 1 knot slower than the North Carolina and the Yami, which is still quite slow. Alright. So we're going to go ahead, take her to the battle, see how she performs. I'll meet you guys there with my voiceover review of the Atlantico. Alright guys, voiceover Mountbatten here. And well, this, dare I say it, might actually be one of the best dockyard ships we've had in a while. It's not all sunshine and roses though, but I would say generally the ship is pretty darn good. Now, the match you're watching in the background isn't my highest damage match in the Atlantico, but is most certainly the match I had most of in the Atlantico, where I was double up tier to tier 10, which is, of course, the worst case scenario for this ship or any tier 8 ship, especially tier 8 battleships, especially one without HE. Now, the match in the background will show you the strengths of the ship pretty darn well. Now, we're going to go ahead and go through each section of the ship again and talk about it now that I've played the ship and how it's done in game. So the armor, and that's very much on full display here in the match you're watching. So, from my experiences from the bow in, this is a really, really, really tanky battleship, especially with that strip that goes almost all the way up the bow. You'll see there's a moment when I'm face pushing a Thunderer and his shells keep bouncing off of me, where if I was in another ship with a more traditional armor scheme, obviously they would have bitten into the 32mm armor on the bow, and of course probably annihilated my ship. But the armor feels really good, really, really, really good when you get in those close range situations with the Atlantico. I gotta give it that. I thought it was gonna be this horrendously squishy ship, and it is kind of from the rear, because there's this, you know, again, the stern section is quite large, and I believe what's happening is the shells are coming from longer ranges when you're kiting out and such, and they're going straight through. Stern armor, there's a little bit more in the back to bite onto, where in the front, if you have better control over how you can present your ship to the enemy, you can kind of force them to shoot at that cheek. But in the stern, it just seems a little more chunky from the stern in my experiences. I never got citadel in the ship. Of course, with an underwater citadel on top of a turtleback, that's not going to happen too much. But the ship feels really tanky. Of course, it eats a lot of HE. Most battleships do. The Atlantico's no exception here. Actually, given what we have here with the Atlantico, it doesn't have a lot of superstructure. If you look at a lot of other tier 8 battleships, especially like the American and the Germans, there's really not a lot of superstructure here for the HE to bite into, or the AP to bite into either. So that's a big plus too, and that's something I was noticing when I was playing. So all around in the armor department, she gets good marks here. Now the guns were pleasantly surprising. When I saw that 246 meter maximum dispersion at 18.6 kilometers, I was thinking, oh god, this is going to be like shotgun fiasco here. But having 10 guns does make up for that. 10 guns with only a 30-second reload time really makes up for that. And she does have 1.8 Sigma, so that helps out a lot. So the guns are surprisingly decent. Now, there were a couple of salvos where it did get a little shotgunny, but I didn't really struggle to get rounds on target with the Atlantico. And if you have a lot of experience with German battleships, this should actually feel like pretty darn good dispersion. So the dispersion's decent, definitely workable with the 30-second reload time and the amount of guns that you have. And the firing angles on the Atlantico are actually pretty darn good. I mean, especially for a Dreadnought-style battleship with 10 guns. Normally in these ships you have to give almost all your broadside to get your guns on target. But with the Atlantico here, you give just about the right amount to where you can stay well angled to bounce the incoming shells when you're getting all your guns on target. Again, you can't overdo it if you try to get a little too greedy, especially if you want to get all of your 254 millimeter secondaries on target as well. But you can definitely get all your main battery guns on target. Now, the AP shells, stats-wise, they are a little underwhelming. She does have a little bit lower damage than most other 15-inch gun ships do at Tier 8. But again, you do have the 10 guns. And I do kind of wish they let her have her improved AP that she had during testing. That would have been amazing, but of course with 10 guns again probably would have been a little bit too much. Overall, the main guns feel really good, and it does suck that you don't have HEs. So again, you find yourself in a couple situations where you're fighting tier 10 cruisers and they're bouncing your main battery shells. That kind of sucks, but with the amount of guns and the secondaries, it does kind of make up for it. But it is a downside, it doesn't have HE. Secondaries, though, they feel pretty good. Now, you could run IFHE on this if you want to. It's kind of personal preference. You know, do you want to put stock in setting fires on enemy ships, or do you want to put stock in actually being able to pin their armor? I tried it both ways. With IFHE, I got a little bit more damage, but again, with the fires, and you never know. RNG can smile upon you, and you could set 20 fires with your secondaries. But that does also come down to actually being able to use your secondaries in the first place. And, well, the matches I had in this ship, most of them were in Tier 10 games. And most of those Tier 10 games, I'm willing to say out of the 5 Tier 10 games I had, 4 of them I was able to put my secondaries to use, but only in 3 of them were they actually able to, like, sit there and actually get consistent hits on a target, set multiple fires, and they were pretty good in those situations. But the reality is, most Tier 10 games, again, like we've talked about beforehand, it's a lot of sitting in the back, waiting for someone to do something, not a lot happens. And in those situations, it does suck to be in this ship with an 18.6 kilometer range with a secondary build, knowing that in order for you to really get the most out of your ship, you're going to have to basically almost commit suicide by pushing in very hard. But if you're smart, select your targets, go for the ships that are alone or isolated from the rest of the enemy team, and you're able to bring your secondaries into battle. It's quite good. It is. Of course, it's not Schlieffen level. You don't have a Spanish galleon's worth of guns on the side of your ship that reload in 2 seconds. No, it's not that good. But it is pretty good. The 254s hit... I'm sorry, the 234s... Man, imagine if they were 254s. The 234s do hit hard. They normally hit for about around 1,800. And you get, again, 16 of these guns. You have a lot. They do hit quite hard. They do rip up light cruisers and destroyers, and even heavy cruisers too, quite well. The 127s are great when the DDs pop up, of course, to kind of eviscerate them. Other than that, you are waiting for them to start fires, and at least on the fire build, of course, with IFHE, they do pin a bit more. But again, that's up to you. If you want to run IFHE, perfectly valid reason to do that, to get those 10 127s pinning a little bit more. Again, it's up to you. It's personal preference. But yes, secondaries are quite good. They're not, again, German levels are good. They do have on the 234s, they do have the improved German accuracy, and then on the 127s, they have the improved American accuracy. So they are more accurate than your average battleship secondaries. AA, I had a lot of CV games. A feels about average for a tier 8 ship. So nothing really to write about there. Maneuverability, this is the big shocker to me. The speed didn't really hinder the ship as much as I thought it was going to. So that's a big surprise to me. I mean, 26.3 knots, it's capable of at least getting around the battlefield. It's not like the Fatal ships where you're just stuck at 20 knots, feeling like you can't get anywhere to do anything. But it does, of course, hinder it in the scenario of having to close the gap to get within secondary range. So it's still a downside in my mind, but it's not as big of a downside as I was expecting it to be. Concealment, 12.8 kilometer concealment turned out to be quite useful, and I do believe if you do take the concealment module, the concealment commander skill, you can get your concealment down to, I think, like, 11.9, 11.8, which is just over your secondary range. So you could be almost like the Schlieffen, where when you're detected, you're essentially within secondary range. And the concealment was another big plus for this ship too, because you were able to, when a CV wasn't around at least dictate the terms of the engagement, because again, if they can't see you, they can't shoot you. So being able to do that in a battleship was pretty nice, especially one that's not the fastest at its tier. It can kind of make up for that by being sneaky and going undetected, and then choosing to run away or at least get behind cover or something like that. And the way I was trying to play the ship is I was trying to use island cover to keep in between me and the rest of the enemy team, go after targets that were by themselves, and it turned out to work pretty well. Again, the first match you watched, I'm not sure if we've moved on to the second one just yet because I'm not editing right now. I definitely was able to do that, and the ship performed quite well in a tier 10 game. And when I was top tier in like the 3 tier 8 games I had, the ship did very, very, very well. When this ship's top tier at tier 8, it's great. It's amazing. You're able to, of course, get your second.
What do you guys think? Do you think it looks promising?
You're able
yes,
to
no?
have more of a presence.
Yay,
because
nay?
you do have 10, 15-inch guns, and that is a lot of firepower at tier
10,
8.
15-inch
So,
guns. Holy crap.
And it's also capable of holding its own at higher tier if you're very, very, very well versed in the ways of secondary ships.
Thank you, Lord
in
C. Mountbatten.
So
thank
if
you
you've been
for
playing secondary ships and been doing well, then you do well in the Atlantico. If you know what to do. Again,
allowing you to get
targets,
this ship,
don't
letting
rush
us have
in,
a preview
try
of
to
it.
flank
Thank
around,
you.
get on their sides. and try to close the gap without them realizing you're there.
Sorry to hear
If you
about
do all
your
that, you
allergies,
do quite
though.
well in the Atlantico. So overall, is it worth the grind?
Is
I
it
would
worth
say
it?
so. Yeah, I would
Okay.
definitely recommend you guys grinding through the
He,
directions to
he
get the
thinks
ship.
it's
Again,
worth it.
this
He gives
ship
it a
can be had for
7 out
just
of 10.
a little over 5,000 doubloons, which I think is a pretty
Huh.
darn good deal considering you get this ship and all the other rewards for the dockyard. So I would say
There
it's
you
worth
go.
grinding. Is it worth throwing your wallet at? Well, truth be told, if you're considering throwing your wallet at the ship, you're probably more about the steel than the ship, and of course, steel is steel. But of course, I would not recommend you guys spend $100+ on a
Holy
tier 8
crap,
premium
forget
ship.
it.
No digital item in my mind's worth that much, but definitely is worth grinding out. This is definitely one of the better dockyard ships, in my opinion, at least. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to drop a like.
Okay, so there you go, folks. There you have it. Tier 8, Atlantico. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure what friggin' nation that is. Holy crap. Holy crap. Gotta pay attention. Okay, so here's the deal. First of all, we watched Potato Quality mentioning all the new updates in the recent patch. Tier 11 ships. Well, anyways, I got into a battle with this. One of the clanmates told me about you can buy these things. I'm saying, holy crap. No kidding, eh? So I grabbed the Eagle. I'm not a CV player. Grabbed the Eagle. And I didn't realize friggin' cost. These things are friggin'. And then I looked after I got it. I looked the permanent camo. You buy it. You pay 5,000 doubloons like you do for tier 10. But there's no service cost reduction. I said, holy crap, screw this. This thing's going to have to sit. I already played a game, so I can't get a refund. This thing's going to have to sit in port. And then I tried the Annapolis because I am a cruiser player. At least I can make money with the Annapolis and use some of the camo that I got sitting around. And, but you know, the CV, aircraft carrier, the Eagle, I'm not good enough to friggin', it'll bankrupt you. So I'm not really sure what they were thinking with these ships. And then to spend 5,000 doubloons and not get a reduction in service costs and no benefit just to keep costing money, I don't think it's a smart move on their part. Initially, there might be a little luster to it, but that's going to friggin' wear off. Unless guys can start making money doing it, it's not going to happen. So what I've got here now is Flambass. Yeah, you heard me right, Flambass. So he played the Eagle. That's the one I got. I can't make it work economically. No way. I'm just not good enough. CVs are harder to play than people realize. Just because you got an OP ship, you got to know how to play it. Personally, and I've never had the interest, and I haven't spent the time. Cruiser is my thing. And even if you're a good cruiser player, not every game is going to be a great game. That's just the way it is. No doubt about it. So let's see what Flambass has done here. And let me know in chat. Let me know what you think. So, I don't know if he's a good player or not. Let's find out.
Terrible, but in Soviet line, I look decent, not terrible. They're OP so much, lol. Yeah, there you go. Well, Friesland. Annapolis. Okay, so we
Come on,
have
Flambass. Let's see what's going on, buddy.
special rockets, special torps, and special dive bombers, just like with United States.
Let's get to it.
Oh, let's get to it. Let's
So I
get
take
to
it
it.
these dive bombers are gonna look / work Identical. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's got a new backdrop, and he's got this nice little window that he's sitting in there. Oh my!
Just reached tier
He's
9.
upgraded.
Bought me DD first match versus 3 super ships. That's nice matchmaking.
Holy moly! So we're watching Flambass here, the Eagle. I couldn't make a go of it. Not economically, anyways. And I bought it. Like, it's not cheap.
Play cycle with G yet?
I forget how many $1 million it was. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys.
Okay, that's funny. What the fuck? That's funny. Dude, I want to go right. Hello? I want to go right, and the game keep pushing my ship left. 7 hits. Dude, that was 7 hits. No damage. Just one fire that he insta-damaconed. Look at how these rockets are positioned. What? Okay. Insta-damaconing, one fire. Wonderful. So dive bombers seem to be functioning pretty much the same as on the other Audacious, on the other British carriers. And it seems like torpedo planes are going to be identical. If we can get 2 strikes in, we need a flooding, and he's fucked. So we obviously get no flooding. I want to hit him in the booty. I can hit him in the booty, maybe we score a flood. Come on, baby. Yes, that's a perma flood, I think. Okay. Oh, it's not? He damaconed it? Son of a bitch. Alright, let's see the special planes. Oh! Oh, that's gonna be a perma flood. I have no idea how this is gonna work, chat. But look at the speed. Look at the speed, bro. Lel. Holy shit, how many rockets did that shit fire? That was like... What the fuck? Well, now he's got a flood and a fire.
We sank their battleship.
13,000 from 2 torbs, okay. So we get to do this one more time. This game needs better Aeon chips. Yep. Wow, dude, that's a lot of damage for only 4.5 minutes, I just realized. And bear in mind, I fucked up my first attack completely.
Hey, 2 years of whatever the last 2 years were about.
I'd rather drop them than not. Thank you for 25 months, Bear Bold. Actually, more than 2 years, my man. Appreciated. Okay, rockets again. I guess I'm just gonna not need to do anything about Schlieffen. Ah, one of them got shot down. That is such...
Destroyed an enemy battleship.
That is such a weird striking pattern. Okay, I have no idea how these work. This is the first time we're using these, I think. Woo! So fast! So fast, dude. Oh my god, the damage. Annapolis detonated. Holland, Montana killed Annapolis. Oh, we might not actually be able to see this guy. Is that his? No, Marco Polo doesn't get a smoke, but he could be in the smoke. Never mind. Oh my goodness.
We destroyed an enemy battleship. Our team has taken the lead.
Oh. I thought United States was fucking crazy. This thing is somehow crazier. What the fuck?
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Right. 8 minutes, 150,000 damage. First ever game in this ship. Bro. What am I going in with? Rockets. Okay, there goes one of those guys, as usual. Coming in hot. Million hits, not a lot of damage. But okay, whatever that does. But you kind of, it's like a creeping barrage. You cover a large portion of the area, so you have to take a proper vertical lead, and then you're definitely gonna hit. And they don't do a lot of damage. In fact, they do very underwhelming damage. But so far, it's always a fire. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, they died at the same time. Oh, Friesland is inside, but he
Victory
can't
is in
see me.
sight.
Oh, man. Oh, we could do creeping strike, right? The bsh, 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 bsh. Hold on, Chad. Hold on, Chad. Oh my god, that was the most amount of hits. How much damage was that? How much damage was that? I didn't actually pay attention to damage. I was just looking at hits. Oh my god. Did anybody see? 10k-ish? Oof, that's a lot to a DD, man. That's my first ever game in Eagle. First game of the day. I just got out of bed like an hour ago. And first game ever in Eagle. Seems perfectly balanced, chat. First in
So, just gets this ship. 185,000 friggin' damage first game. Can you believe it? Yeah, I can believe it. I'm crap at the friggin' CVs, and I know it. See, I just had no interest. Never had an interest in it. Not at all. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Well, let's go into the game. Let's rev up the game. Revving up the game client, folks. Getting her revved up. But as I said, I did the Eagle. But anyways, I was in a battle with a clanmate. And he said, you can buy these super ships now. I said, holy crap, really? But I had no idea that, you know, they're exorbitantly costly. And they, you know, you buy permanent camo, 5,000 doubloons for no service cost reduction. So like you would with tier 10. So, you know, they've really screwed up. At the beginning, they might get something for it, but overall, it's just another friggin' gimmick. And, you know, they've just gotten too gimmicky. They got to get things so that the guys can get into the game. Guys don't mind investing in the game. But when you're trying to rip them off, they see value being deteriorated. Guys are looking for value. Okay, so we just got in. We got a container. Head to the main screen. So this is when I was playing rank last night. So the Atlantico, this is what Lord C. Mountbatten was talking about. This is the dockyard missions. For the Atlantico. Okay, here's the dockyard. Let's look at the dockyard. Hit the wrong button. Let's see what it shows us here. Okay. So am I going to spend money on a tier 8 battleship? No. Not for me, boys. Forget it. But let's look at the details of these starter packs. So, 8 shipbuilding phases. 8,000 doubloons. 3 shipbuilding phases. 3,900 doubloons. And each one individually, 1,750. I swear the cost just keeps going up. Maybe it's just me. So 8,000 and 3,900. So on that basis alone, let's go to the premium shop. Let's see what doubloons cost. So doubloons. 8,000 doubloons. What's it going to cost for 8,000 doubloons? It's going to cost at least 40 bucks. And then for 3,900 for 3 phases only, you know, it's going to be about 20 bucks. So if you take here 12, 6, 18, about 20 bucks, thereabouts. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't see any value in it. And I really don't play much Tier 8. Now, the Hornet, which is a Tier 8 CV, I don't know, it looks interesting, but I'm not a CV player, but, you know, they just make things look interesting. And it's a premium, and it should be slightly better. But am I going to invest into it? I don't think so. If we take a look at what I already did get, let's move to random here. Okay, so see all the ships. Let's go to British, I guess that's what that is. British. The Eagle. Okay. Okay, so here's the Eagle. I'm not sure what I probably paid bringing quite a few $1 million for it. Like I've spent over $100 million. I was at like 993, so I spent over $100 million outfitting this, which is the Eagle, which I'm a piece of crap at playing. And the American. I bought the American also. So just so you can see here. Got to cycle back down. So I picked up the Annapolis. This one I can make work. But it's still costly to operate. And so here's the, for tier 10, you want to get permanent camouflage. But the thing is, and I didn't know this, but apparently they put all these disclaimers out. Like, yeah, their friggin' transparency is not the best wargaming. So anyways, here, permanent camo. All you get is friggin' -3 and 4%. And plus 150 XP per battle. So what? They're expensive to friggin' operate. Super expensive. And you spend 5,000 doubloons. And so 5,000 doubloons for what? To get a little extra XP and that's it? Nothing else. Like detectability -3%, dispersion of shells +4%, but XP per battle just an extra 150%. You know, and the cost of operating a ship like this is friggin' astronomical. It is not cheap. So I spent $100 million, 102, $3 million to get this ship and the friggin' Eagle. And the Eagle, if I had known the cost is so, I would not have gotten the Eagle because I know I'm not a good CV player. So, and I know that for a fact. So here's the Eagle. I guess I could have taken the Audacious captain and brought him over. But, see here. You get all these extras. Cost of the ship's post-battle service -50%. Plus extra credits, plus XP per battle. This is the way it should be with the, even with the tier 11. You know, they call them super ships. It's just going to be tier 11. So you're gonna have to revamp that because the interest is gonna die off. Once guys find out how much it friggin' costs to operate. So let's go into a battle in the Eagle. Let's just see what this is like. And these are the economic flags I've got on here. So I've already got some economic flags on here. Credits plus 20%. XP plus 50%. Commander XP plus 50. And free XP 300%. So I've already got those on it. And if you look at the camo I have on this already, it gives more than what I'll get by spending $5 grand. And I've got a crap load of this camo. I might as well use it up. You know what the heck. So let's go into a battle. This is the tier 11 super ship, friggin' Eagle. The Eagle, British Eagle. Now, as I explained, as you've seen Flamaz doing, he had a good game. I can't play like that. But let's see what happens. But so you can see what the costs are associated with this thing. When I was going through the trial period, you didn't know these things. Plus, you didn't get credits for them either. You know, just freaking rope you in. So, we're just going to find out the hard way. Ouija, you're going to find out the hard way, lads. Just like Supertramp, you're going to find out the hard way. So we're waiting to go into battle. British aircraft carrier, the Eagle. Now, this is supposed to be the best in the British line. Let's see. Not for me. I'm not that good at these things, so let's see how we can do. Oh my. I shouldn't be even. I should be friggin' just going into co-op, but the cost of these things. Oh my. Hopefully nobody friggin' gets too toxic in chat. Guys get real toxic, boy. So look at the map. Okay, there we go. So here we go. Let's head over there, jet fighters.
General quarters.
Nice work.
What, they're not ready to go? Oh, crap. Okay, let's go over to number 2 then. Gotta wait for the other guys. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Do some spotting for the lads. Do some spotting.
Fighter airborne.
Let's do some spotting.
Fighter airborne. Enemy force detected.
Heading to sea. Whoops. Who's friggin' shooting at me? We lost some planes, buddy. Who's shooting at me? Okay, so here's a Delny. So we're gonna head at the friggin' Delny, okay guys? Heading to the Delny. Here we go. Now I've lost planes along the way. Let's see what happens. No, I'm gonna lose more planes. I'm not even gonna catch them. I'm just gonna lose my planes. One plane left. See if we can drop on them. We hit them? Nothing hit. Nothing friggin' hit. Okie dokie. Taking so long for the other guys to get ready. Okay, let's go number 1. Oh, and I've been hit too. Somebody's already hit my ship. I've lost 14,000. So I guess their CV's already hit my ship. Okay, we're getting the B cap. I head over to A, help the guys out at A. Let's call in some fighters.
Fighter airborne.
Let's put some friggin' corpse in smoke. Okay. Oh, they're empty? What happened? Guess maybe I lost guys? Still waiting for the other guys. I got these guys at least. Is it only just one guy? Two guys? Huh. Where's this guy? I've got no idea where he is. I'm in jet planes. You can't. Oh, you friggin' still got me for one. Two, all gone. All gone. All my jet planes are gone. Holy crap. Holy moly. Take out for number 2. I've done 0 damage, guys. Let's go T. It's the only cap we don't have. Hopefully we can help out. Do some spotting here. Smolensk has got good AA. Very good AA. There's an auger. The friggin' AA's on the Satsuma is one of those new ships. So this guy's friggin' disappeared on us. What do we got in that guy? 260. That's it, and all our planes got wiped out. Okay. All our planes got wiped out, buddies. Oh, we're in the B cap now.
Fighter airborne.
Who the frick shooting me? Am I getting shoot? Who's shooting me? Where are those friggin' planes going?
All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Engaging enemy.
Where is this guy? Nothing's gonna hit there. Okay, what do we got here? Number 4. Let's try number 4. Now we're losing all the caps. We're down 3 guys.
All stations.
They've only
requesting
lost
fire on the
1.
designated target.
Oh, he did a lot better than I did.
Engaging enemy.
Oh, frig, we're not gonna get anything there. Totally missed. Come on, buddy. Turn around. Turn around. Holy crap, man. Let's try number 3 then. Holy crap. Oh, friggin' Iowa's ready to go. We got a hit in the friggin' Iowa? Can we see him? Ah, this is too late.
Approaching target.
Now we're gonna miss it. Oh my. Let's try number 5. As I told you, I am not good at these friggin' CVs.
I need intelligence data.
They've only lost 3 guys. We're down 6 guys, so not looking good for our lads. Spot here at A for these guys at least. See if we can help out in the spotting department. Planes just go down too fast. Texas, Smolensk. United States. See if we can get a shot on this guy. Let's see what happens.
Approaching target.
Oh, at least we got a hit on somebody.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Holy moly. That's right. Okay, let's hit Y. See what happens. Go to C.
Fighter airborne.
Oh, now our Satsuma's friggin' dead. That's no good. Well, I got 4 guys left, including me, and they've only lost 3 altogether. So I'm gonna be toast at some point. Well, let's try this smoke, see what we can... Ah, friggin'. Didn't see him until then.
The enemy is about to win.
Let's head to the Groninger. Groninger. Oh, he's toast already. Oh, okay.
Fighter returning to ship.
Yoshino's toast. Oh, I got a hit. Okay, let's try number 4s. Whoopsie. Better head over here.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Okay, we got the auger here. Let's see what we can do here. You ain't torp this lad. Try and torp this lad.
Approaching target.
Oops. Well, I didn't do all that well. So let's, the whole point in this exercise, forget how I did. We know I'm not going to do well. Let's look at the credits. Okay, so it costs you $266,000. Even though I got some hits, not much. $266,000 to operate this thing. So, no, that's what it costs. The cost is almost $400,000, $391,638. And even if you drop by 50%, it's still going to be $200,000 to operate it. No, forget it. It's not going to fly. So I'm not going to be playing that ship anymore. Forget it. It's toast. Now, somehow I got some research points and other stuff, so thanks for that. But hardly worth it for what it costs to play. So let's go to the American one, Annapolis now. This is a cruiser. Now, I was able to actually make money on that, so let's see. This will be our second game. And each time you switch a half-decent commander, you got to pay for it too, so they're going to get you every which way they can. So let's look at what I've got on this. I've got a camo. This camo here gives us XP and free XP. 3 and 4, so I got camo. I don't need to spend 5,000 friggin' doubloons. This is all we've got for economy flags. This side credits, XP, commander XP, and free XP. Okay, so let's go into a random battle. Let's check this out. So this is the Annapolis. This is the U.S. Navy one. First game I had in it yesterday, I actually did about 200,000, which wasn't bad. Let's see today. You never know. You never know, lads, what's going to happen. Let's see what happens. There seem to be a lot of guys on. Rather play ranked. But yeah, these are not going to last with the extra credits. So I've tried that Eagle. I spent $100 million for what? Between the two of them. Should have just bought the Annapolis and then the Condé, which is the French one, and be done with it. And then maybe the Hanover. With those three, would have spent just a little bit more than what I've already had, and then had 3 ships versus 2, one which I'll never play. Okay. So we got to go A on this map. Subs.
Action stations.
station. Reporting the target position. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. All stations, requesting fire support. All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Our team has taken the lead.
Nice work. Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Torpedoes to port. Much obliged. Torpedoes to port. Our victory is in sight.
Oh, we're gonna win this game anyways.
Enemy destroyer sunk. Our victory is
They're dead. But we didn't do a lot of damage. It might cost us here. Let's check it out. Let's check the credit. Yeah, it cost. Game ended up finishing too early. Couldn't get enough damage. And you can't, you got to get right up here in order to make this work. But yeah, we ran all over them. So there you go. So that's the Annapolis. That I can make work. That was a, you know, not every game's gonna, but it's random now. Random can be weird. Let's check out our containers. See what we get here. Coal, flags. Let's collect some resources. See what we can get from resources. Open a sesame. Okay, 400.33. There you go. So back to port. Okay, so that's the Annapolis. Let's check out. Even bother. Oh, what the heck. There's a friggin' Conde. Do we need a commander? Don't think I need a commander. I think I got enough friggin' commanders. Okay, so there's the Conde. Go to equipment. What are we gonna add to this guy? Main ornaments. Okay. What are we gonna add here? Gonna do any premium stuff? Yeah. Not at this time. Gonna add anything there? No. Let's see what we got here. What's this one? What's our friggin' gun range right now? Let's check it out. Okay, 19.5. Main battery, transfer speed plus 15%. Let's do aiming systems. I always use aiming systems. Let's see what we got here. Steering gears or propulsion mod. I've got 18 propulsion mods? Holy crap. I don't know about that. Conceal. What's the concealment on this guy already? It's not that great. 16. Okay, so let's get concealment here. And here, take steering gears. Gonna need that. And here, reload time, gunfire control, firearm range. I'm gonna have to go to firearm range. Okay. Let's check out our concealment now on this ship. They're gonna nick us for a captain too. 14.9. Okay, what's our maneuverability here? Speed 34.5, 900, 10.3. Not too bad. Airstrike torpedoes. What are the torpedoes in this bugger? 9K. Okay. Artillery now, so 22.6. We got a half decent range on our guns. Survivability. That's okay. Torpedo protection. Okay. We've got a defensive AA. We've got a engine boost. Repair party. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So here. Could add a premium to it. Are we gonna? I don't know. Hydroacoustic would come in handy. Oh, should we add anything? What do we got? We got any freebies? No, we don't have any freebies. I don't know if I'm gonna add anything there or not. Exterior. Let's add this. Enable. No. Sorry, buddy. I'm not gonna add anything special there. 2 flags. What's up, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. Pussycat. There was the pussycat and the dog. Woof. You're the dog. So there's 2. So camouflage. We're going to spend 5,000 doubloons? I don't think so. What do we get here? Come on, show us what we get here, boys. There's that. A Flying Dutchman. Even the Flying Dutchman gets better. And this here. Credits, XP, and Commander XP. Flying Dutchman. What's this one get us? XP and free XP. Now let's try Dazzling. We're gonna go with Dazzling. Yeah, so I spent 5,000 doubloons for what? You know, they gotta fix that. That's not gonna fly over time. Just not gonna work, guys. So we gotta get a commander. They're gonna nick us for that. They're always nicking you. Always nicking you. No, I think it's gonna spend doubloons. What the heck? What the heck? Charles Andre. Huh, we can make him a 21 captain. So what would we add to it? Only gonna be 1 point, and then we'd have to reset. And they're gonna nick you again. What would I change? I don't know. There's that one. Torpedoes. That might help out. What do they charge for this? 378, eh? Okay, let's do it anyways. Let's do it anyways. What the heck? And we're gonna add this here. Okay. There we go. 21 pointer. Okay, so let's check out. This is the Conde. Oh, just wait. Should I add something here? Do I want premium? No. Let's just do that. Okay. There you go, buddies. That's all we're gonna get. So Conde, let's go on the French cruiser and let's see what happens. The French cruiser, monsieur. The French cruiser. Does it have an F in this? Like, you know, F this, F that? F this, F that. Okay. See what we got here. Interesting. Oh yeah, it's got the F option. What's the F option give us? Huh, plus 25%. Shell dispersion decrease. Reload time is 50 seconds.
General quarters.
Interesting. Okay, so that's the option with all these here on this side. Okay. So we're going C.
All forces.
Okie dokie. Good to know. Good to know all this stuff. Should never bought that aircraft carrier, but what are you gonna do? Should I sell it? Yeah. Probably should.
Roger. Awaiting instructions.
Just sell it and be done with it. Take the loss.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Okay, so we got 22.6 main battery range on this now. Questions, comments, throw in chats, folks. Chat 'em ups.
Capture that area.
Probably be a good idea to have hydroacoustic for torque protection here on this. That would probably come in handy. Definitely would.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Definitely would. Shot in the Satsuma.
Enemy battleship
Or they
sighted.
Satsumas, yeah.
All stations requesting fire on the designated
Okay.
target.
Holy moly. Who the frig nailed us there?
Engine damage.
Schlieffen, didn't see him. Holy moly. It's gonna happen. It can happen, buddy. Like this guy's gonna shoot at us now. Satsuma shooting. Who knows? I still nicked us pretty good.
I need intelligence data.
Now he disappeared.
Torpedoes to starboard. Requesting
Put
assistance.
the torpedoes.
Torpedoes to starboard. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Whoopsies. Friggin' nicked us. 19,000 just necking us. Holy crap. That thing hurts.
Enemy battleship detected.
It still nicked us pretty good.
Engine boost activated. Concentrate fire on the designated target.
If we don't get a heal soon, we're gonna be toast. Yep, doodle.
Enemy cruiser detected.
We're already in tough shape.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
If he hits us again, we're toast. Oh, not too bad, but still hits. Still hit pretty hard.
Enemy battleship battleship sighted. Enemy destroyer detected.
We're barely alive, buddies. I don't know. It's friggin' super ships. Nothing hits there. What the frig?
All stations requesting
Torpedoes
fire on
to
the
port.
designated target.
Only got 2 more heals left. I don't know, folks. Those friggin' BBs hit hard, though. The guy nailed me a couple times with a Satsuma. Whoa. That friggin' hurts. Definitely hurts. Okay, got that. So they're down 2. We're not down any, but I got 2 heals left.
Much obliged,
I
Commander.
need to use up 1. I'm not gonna last. This Satsuma.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected. I need intelligence data.
You're gonna turn the tables around, buddy.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Come on.
Support the allied target. All stations defend that
Only
area.
20 kilometers away. Holy crap, man.
Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy cruiser sighted.
That's it. Nothing special, folks.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Enemy cruiser sighted.
And he just
Enemy battleship detected.
oh, there he is again.
Capture that area. Roger. Enemy destroyer detected.
Engine boost deactivated.
Reporting the target position. Enemy battleship detected.
Nothing much in the way of fires. Trying the Annapolis. Mr. Schlieffen. He's pretty quick. That's it? Nothing? Holy moly.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
I don't know, guys. The Annapolis I kind of like. But you got to do a lot of damage with these, so I don't think it's really worth it, to be honest
Enemy
with you.
cruiser sighted.
Satsuma's friggin' shooting at us. Look at the speed bleed. We're gonna get nailed by this friggin' Satsuma. Maybe not. Maybe not. Work on the Schlieffen.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Oop, torps.
Torpedoes to port.
The torpedoes, monsieur. The torpedoes, monsieur.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Friggin' one torp will wipe us out. Okay, Mr. Yoshino. Okay.
Roger. Engine boost activated.
The enemy is about to win.
Oh, toast. He is toast. What's happening to our team? Our team has
The enemy
friggin'
is about
killed
to
us. We are not winning. Yamagiri. Okay, gotta work up on this friggin' Jean Bart now and Satsuma. Oh crap. Oh crap. One hit by the
Torpedoes, dead
Satsuma,
ahead.
we're toast. We will be toast, monsieur.
Torpedoes to port.
We will be toast. Come on.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Let's see. Where are we? Come on, light up that Jean Bart, buddy. Okay, we got it. Cool.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Thank you very much. Come on.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
I got no friggin' heals left. Nothing.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Ammo, okay, thank you.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Just the one friggin' shot hit him.
Engine boost deactivated.
How's this friggin' guy seeing me? How's this Satsuma even friggin' seeing me? Well, I got a DD somewhere. But he's way up there.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Interesting. So this is at least the French one, the Condé, so you can see what that's like. I don't know if we should be friggin' trying on this friggin' Satsuma. I think we can nail him. I don't know, they're friggin', looks like they're gonna go right over him.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
We actually have a chance in this game. We actually may have a chance to come back, lads. We may have a chance, lads. We may have a chance.
battle ends in 5 minutes.
Torpedoes, dead ahead. Torpedoes to port.
That wasn't too bad. Whoopsie. That wasn't too bad. Could have just sidestepped that torp. So 2 against 1, but they've got the points. So this is a fragile ship. I like the nap, but it's got half decent range. That's just like anything. We got nailed early, so that hurt us. And then just that one torp, the end just took us out. Not much you can do. Okay, we'll be live again tomorrow, guys. So let's see how we did overall. Mid-pack, maybe. Actually, number 4. Let's check the credits here. So even with a win, 85K, so-so, still costs 40K to play this game. So it's gonna be a hard sell for these guys. 420. You know, the only way this is going to work, they got to cut your expenses by easily 20%. This is way too heavy. Way too heavy. Not going to work. So, what can you do? Actually, how many kills did we get that game? We managed to get 2. What did we friggin' kill? Oh, the Carnot and the Jean, but okay. Carnot was friggin' last legs as it was. Okay, so we're back live tomorrow, folks. 10 a.m. New York time. So 10 a.m. New York time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care. Love and peace to everyone. Ciao for now.